Hey everybody, Wildman Wes here, and this is What's Your Poison, where I find beers from all over, wherever I can get my thirsty little fingers on them. If this is your first time watching, thank you for joining us, and we hope you stick around for more episodes down the line. Recently, I did some episodes on what I considered pop culture for fruited sours and IPAs. Today, I decided I wanted to finish out that series for a while with some Imperial Milk Stouts. There's 3 right here that have some form of a pop culture reference in there, and I'm going to try each of them out, and I'm going to let you know what to think about them. Alright, so let's begin. First up today from WeldWerks Brewing Company in Greeley, Colorado, we have Fudgy Grams. This is an Imperial Milk Stout that is at 7.5% ABV with chocolate fudge, vanilla, graham crackers, and milk sugar. Oh, so looking at this can, it looks like somewhat of a s'more, maybe golden grams of that breakfast cereal idea. However, on the side of the can it does say, rotate gently to mix. When it comes to a lot of milk stouts and things like that, especially Imperial Milk Stouts, you want to roll them a little bit just to get everything mixed properly. And I'm doing it very carefully. I'm not going crazy to where if I pop this open, it's going to explode. Pray with me. Hey! No worries. I am looking forward to this. Ooh, dark. Very dark. Very dark. I like it. Ooh, frothy. Frothy head consistency. It looks perfect. It looks very perfect. Let's take a smell. Chocolatey. Chocolatey. Getting more of that graham cracker on the drive-by. The vanilla, it's slightly there, but that could be in the eye of the beer holder. Here we go. Tastes like a s'more. Almost tastes like golden grams with chocolate. This is light in body, even for an Imperial Milk Stout. It looks thick, but it's not. Very deceptive, but in one of the best ways possible. And at 7.5% ABV, it's definitely one of those. It's so good, it's dangerous, because with chocolate having that roasted and toasted mouthfeel, you're going to think that it's going to be boozier than normal. Even stouts that have that roasty toasty at about a 5% almost taste boozy, but this one, you really wouldn't know until after you have a couple sips. When it comes to the grade on this one, I gotta say 5 out of 5. This one is very, very delectable. This is, we're gonna have a little moment. We'll be right back with the next beer. Nobody's gotta worry about it. Up next from Great Divide Brewing Company in Denver, Colorado, we have Chocolate Peanut Butter Yeti. This is 9.5% in ABV as an Imperial Stout. And with the description, there's quite a lot on here. Deep within the mountains, a mighty current swirls. Ribbons of rich chocolate and creamy peanut butter crashing together in one legendary stout. Born from this delicious collision is a new kind of beast. Bold, smooth, and unapologetically decadent. Chocolate Peanut Butter Yeti doesn't tiptoe. He stampedes with dessert-like intensity and a full-bodied roar. One sip, and you're swept into the flow. Big, bold claims when it comes to that description. When I think of Yeti, I think of pop culture references such as Harry and the Hendersons for one. I figure because I can do a good John Lithgow, I can probably drink some good beers. Enough of that, Wes. Enough of that. However, with Chocolate Peanut Butter Cup, anybody can think of one of those lovable chocolate peanut butter cups that I'm not going to talk about the brand name right now because there's probably a good chance I'm not going to get sponsored by them either. Man, dude, why you gotta be so negative? We've talked about this. Anyways, less pity party, more beer drinking. I do love me a good chocolate peanut butter stout. And when it comes to the ABV being at 9.5, I'm expecting slightly boozy with this one. Very much so. And very much like our first stout, This is rather dark. However, the head consistency dissipates a little bit. It's not as frothy, but that could be because the chocolate and the peanut butter put together. Let's take a sniff. Very, very milk chocolatey. The peanut butter is more prevalent on a drive-by. Actually, I'll backtrack. No. On the 3 sniff, you get more of that peanut butter. Yeah, I'm getting very much that milk chocolate on the drive-by. Here we go. Yeah, definitely boozy. Definitely boozy. I'm getting more peanut butter than the chocolate. It's not a bad thing. It's just, I was hoping for a more even balance on the flavor profile. It's still a great beer, great dessert stout. When it comes to the grade, I'm going to say 4 out of 5. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, hey, when you're having a peanut butter chocolate cup type candy or something like that, you're going to get a lot of peanut butter. That may be so. However, when you drink a lot of stouts, the expectation is you're going to get some roasty, toasty chocolate notes. And in this one, I'm not getting it as much. And that is why the grade is being dropped down 1 full point to 4 out of 5. That being said, I'm going to sip on this gingerly a little bit because 9.5% on a stout is not something you want to play with too much right away, because we still have one more that is a heavy hitter, and it is also from Great Divide. Let's see what we have in store. Last and certainly not least from Great Divide Brewing Company, we have the White Russian Yeti. This also is 9.5% in ABV. It is an imperial stout made with vanilla and coffee. And looking at the can, you probably get the idea when it comes to that pop culture reference, especially if you've seen it as many times as I have, the movie The Big Lebowski. Now, for those of you that have never had a White Russian, let me explain. A White Russian is made with vodka, Kahlua, and topped off with a dairy creamer or half and half or whatever you want. I mean, you could use milk, but it'll curdle a little bit. I don't recommend it. However, I am expecting this one to be somewhat creamy, also fairly boozy because a White Russian, as I've mentioned, vodka, Kahlua, dairy creamer. You're not really going to get a lot of a mixer in this one. And they are rather tasty and also has a coffee-like flavor profile. Pour this in and ooh, that head consistency is, yeah. That looks like our first stout for today, and I'm gonna smell it. It smells like a White Russian. Oh man. Oh, before I forget, I should read the can. I'm getting ahead of myself. I got so excited about the whole Big Lebowski reference that I didn't even do that. Sorry, folks. Did you know Yeti once bowled a perfect game, or that the Westerly cardigan has been a wardrobe staple of Yeti since the 70s. Yeti keeps many things low-key, but the White Russian Yeti Imperial Stout is not one of those things. Maintaining a balanced sweet coffee flavor and incorporating vanilla and flaked oats, this dude-approved Imperial Stout has potentially the softest mouthfeel of any Yeti variant to date in. Like, our opinion, man. I love that paraphrasing of the movie quote. Well, let's make sure that the aggression does not stand, man. Yeah, man, this is a good, tasty beverage. This will stand. The dude abides, man. The dude abides about this stout, man. You mind if I go burn one? All Big Lebowski references aside, this one, it tastes exactly like a White Russian. It lives up to the expectations that it had on the can description. I'm going to go ahead and say 5 out of 5 on this one. I'm usually one that when I drink something that is inspired by another form of pop culture, I do have my reservations. I get a little bit nervous because you can get a lot of beers out there with descriptions that are bold claims. This one did not lie. And when it does not lie, and it tastes as good as it sounds, 5 out of 5 in my book. Not just because I'm part of the Tao of the Dudism, it's because this is a very, very good Imperial Stout. And if you're a fan of Imperial Stouts as well as Big Lebowski, you need to give this one a try. Because, that's my opinion, man. We hope you enjoyed this lineup on Pop Cultured Imperial Milk Stouts. If you've had these before and you agree with me, leave a thumbs up. And if not, I totally understand. If there are things that you liked that I may not have liked about one of the beers, or didn't like that I liked, put it in that comment section below. I'm really interested to see what you, the viewers, have to say about the beers that we all drink whenever we get our hands on them. Because I look at it this way. In the day and age that we live in right now, with all the negativity going on, there's one thing I know for sure, that we can at least sit down and commiserate while having a tasty beverage. Apart from that, make sure you share on social media, but most importantly, you hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you check out my boy Hefe at Beer You Beer Me, as well as Beard Wizard Man for their beer-related content, and also check out the Blue Ribbon Lounge podcast for all the topics that they have on their channel. I'm really excited to see what they have next, because the sky's the limit with them. It doesn't even matter if it's something fun, or something sad, or something just off the wall. Check them out. You'll be glad you did. Until then, I'm Wildman Wes, and we will see you next time on What's Your Poison, or some of the other stuff we have here on Dragonfire Entertainment. Take care, and as always, cheers, kiddies.
What's your poison? Let's drink it tonight. In the glow of the stars, everything